Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate your support. Do me a favor and hit that like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Certainly helps the channel. Let's quick discuss pricing. Bitcoin still sitting at 62,856. Ethereum up 3.12% at 24.57. Solana is at 142, up 5.86%, doing very strong. And XRP still hovering around 58.59 cents. So let's dive in here to Brandon Terp. If you're not following Brandon Terp, this is on LinkedIn, but Brandon, I think, is on YouTube as well, and I'm sure other platforms. I think he's on X as well. But this is a great share from him. He does a great job. I see a lot of his stuff on LinkedIn, and he always has the latest crypto news. So let's play this video here from Brandon.
Huge Solana mobile news just dropped at Token 2049 in Singapore, and if you couldn't catch the live event, I've got you covered. Solana mobile was always a groundbreaking move, bridging a gap between modern mobile technology and the Solana blockchain. But if that was groundbreaking, this news could be tectonic. Today, more details about Chapter 2 were officially revealed in Singapore. So, with big shoes to fill, here are 5 things that we learned about the new device from Solana Mobile. Number 1, Chapter 2 has an official name. Meet the Solana Seeker. Seeker is confirmed to be a brand new crypto-optimized mobile phone that takes everything great about Saga and pushes it even further. Number 2, let's talk specifications. Seeker is going to be lighter and brighter than its sister Saga device. It will also host a better camera, and even though performance has increased, the battery life of Seeker will be longer too. So a more convenient and friendly experience for end users is coming at a much lower price. Number 3, Seeker is coming with its own built-in wallet. The Seavault wallet was designed in collaboration with the team at Solflare and is set to work with biometric recognition built into the phone. Next, there's tons of new dApp support. It was confirmed that Seeker users will have access to a new rich ecosystem of decentralized apps right at their fingertips. It seems like the entire Solana ecosystem is building into the Seeker. Think of a full Solana-powered dApp store. DeFi, DePIN, AI, meme coins, and gaming products, brimming with rewards. Finally, for those interested in getting your hands on one, founding level pricing of $450 is open until the end of Breakpoint. With its lighter design, cutting-edge features like the Seavault wallet, access to a thriving dApp ecosystem, and consumer-friendly pricing, the Seeker is poised to make mobile blockchain technology more accessible and user-friendly than ever before. It's a huge leap forward in mobile blockchain technology. For more information on the announcement and to pre-order yours today, head to solanamobile.com.
There you go, Solana and a cell phone that does a lot of different things. So you tell me in the comments, is that going to work? I feel like the timing might be right for something new like that. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's move on to Good Morning Crypto and some news here on X. Good Morning Crypto says, breaking, Coinbase classifies XRP as cryptocurrency, designed to be money or store of value. U.S. crypto clarity coming soon. So Coinbase has identified both XRP and I believe it's Dogecoin as cryptocurrencies designed to be money or store of value. So it's almost like they know something. Maybe a case is being settled here in the near future. We shall see. Let's move on here to subjective views and some news on Capitol Hill with the dazed and confused sessions around the SEC. And let me get to the talking point here and give you a little bit of this.
And the remaining assets have not been deemed securities by a court. Mr. Gallagher, can Robinhood list digital asset securities and digital asset non-securities on the same platform if there is uncertainty about whether a given token is a security?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. The answer is no. And that actually was one of the nuances that we requested relief from the commission with respect to our application to come in and register a special purpose broker. The special purpose broker letter right now is limited to so-called digital asset securities and will not allow that broker to handle non-securities. I don't know the details of the Prometheum model. It vexes me a bit, given the limitation within the four corners of the letter itself.
Mr. Gallagher, I want to make it clear, I do not believe that these assets are.
So I'll leave it there. There's a lot more to that video. You can check it out on Subjective Views channel there, at Subjective Views on X. But, you know, these people are coming forward now and just letting these folks know in these hearings that the idea of coming in and registering is a falsehood. Those claims made by Gary Gensler to these companies to just come in and register was in fact, you know, they were trying to do that and they couldn't. So again, a lot of speed bumps being put in the way by the SEC and Gary Gensler. Moving on to Chad Steingraber, he says the times the Fed has cut with 50 points was followed by a recession. He goes on to say, break the loop, crypto, new financial system. Maybe there won't be a recession due to the incoming new financial system, which crypto will be a big part of. We shall see. Moving on to Black Swan Capitalist. He has a video here, but before we play that, he says, as the US and NATO aggressively weaponize the dollar, pushing the West towards isolation, XRP's role in international trade settlements grows even more critical. As BRICS nations embrace gold-backed currency, XRP stands ready to bridge the gap in international transaction. Again, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, with more with more countries joining. It seems like every day, and I hear there's a ton of countries considering joining. And they are basically going to create their own currency and not use the US dollar. Understanding, of course, they may have to a certain period, but they're going to do what they can to avoid it as much as possible. And those that have done a lot of studying of this believe that XRP is going to have a big part in that. So let's listen to this gentleman, a short clip here.
All we have to do is look at BRICS. And BRICS controls at least 40% of the gold in the world, and they're talking about going to another currency inside BRICS.
Sorry about that, folks. I inadvertently hit a button there. Let's go back to it here. Give it to you again.
Controls at least 40% of the gold in the world, and they're talking about going to another currency inside BRICS. It excludes us, that will be based on gold, at least partially, if not completely. All of these things seem to be moving in parallel: economic, political, and military. Everyone is divorcing themselves from the United States and Israel. It's that simple. All we have to.
So if you're not up to speed on all that, I don't blame you. It's a lot to follow, but essentially he is correct. The U.S. seems to be isolating themselves from all these other countries. And now they're going away from the dollar as much as possible. And there's all these other things happening with war, etc., that, you know, just seem to be exposing the U.S. And it seems like we need some, to rearrange our priorities. And hopefully XRP will help us in that direction. But we shall see. Time will tell. Let's move on to Bitcoin Magazine here, and more from Capitol Hill and the dazed and confused hearings regarding the SEC. Bitcoin Magazine here says, just in, U.S. Congressman Warren Davidson says Gary Gensler and the SEC has willfully undermined the ability to custody Bitcoin. It's over $1 trillion just for Bitcoin. Clearly, lots of consumers find value in this space. Let's listen to this piece here by Bitcoin Magazine.
Mr. Reiners, I hope no one's listening to you about this market, especially as a student trying to understand the space. It's over $1 trillion just for Bitcoin. The market's over $2 trillion. Clearly, lots of consumers find value in this space. And frankly, the idea that you could point out that there's only one time that the SEC was even partially wrong has to be willful ignorance. I mean, I don't know how it could be anything other than deceit. It's hard for me to understand, because on August 29th, 2023, the Circuit Court upheld the position that the SEC violated the Administrative Procedures Act when it denied Grayscale's application to convert Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a Bitcoin ETP. Following that decision, the SEC waited until January of 2024 to actually approve the conversion, and they basically was a pure rebuke of the actions. If you look at DebtBox, another pure rebuke. Lawyers would normally get disbarred for the conduct of SEC in the DebtBox case. So there are lots of cases where they've been caught and told that they were wrong by the courts. And the market continues to reinforce that there really is value. Just looking at Bitcoin alone, people right now believe that it's a secure way to store value with a level of confidence of around $60,000. I mean, that's a new security product on the market that you could digitally secure a unit of value, and people believe in it enough to put almost $60,000 into one unit of measure in a Bitcoin. And they don't just want to store it there, they want to be able to transfer it in a permissionless peer-to-peer way. So if you read the Bitcoin white paper available at bitcoin.org, you could see the concept, even if you just read the abstract. It's not just meant to be parked there or speculated on, it's meant to be able to be moved in a permissionless way. Now, we don't know how much of that $1 trillion of market cap in Bitcoin is self-custody versus third-party custody. But the SEC, under Gary Gensler's leadership, has willfully undermined the ability for anyone to custody digital assets, not just Bitcoin, but the rest of the space as well.
We'll stop it there. That says it all. He has willfully undermined the ability to custody. These are new technologies. We as citizens should be able to, invest in those and custody those as we see fit, and not have the government step in and try to control that. So hopefully we'll see some progress on that front here in the near future. From Aminex here, he says, Watcher.guru reports XRP hitting $525.55 as record transaction volumes and institutional adoption data are released. This signals that trillions will soon flow onto the XRPL with its ultra low supply. The top DeFi token on XRPL, CTF token, could easily skyrocket. There's more there, but let's give you this video here with Jimmy Valley of Valhill Capital on this commentary here.
That could be resolved in a variety of ways, but it could also be resolved in regulation coming in over the top. We know it's imminent, though, right? So when I say imminent, I would be surprised if a quarter from now we're really still embroiled in the SEC lawsuit, because I think the state of affairs throughout the world is such that we're going to need a solution like an XRP for liquidity purposes sooner rather than later. So the question is then, okay, we've magically resolved it. Where does the price go? It's easy to project that it's a double-digit number. So I think it immediately shoots up to a $10, potentially $20. The wild card to me is that there is actually a deal to be done among the central banks and governments to basically have XRP work as the world's bridge currency, a neutral asset that can be traded between the central banks to move a specific type of fiat to another type of fiat. If that's what occurs, it's back to what we were discussing earlier. It's got to cover kind of all the money. And I think you're looking at a range that XRP would settle on agreement. So this would happen instantaneously, somewhere between $10,000 and $35,000 a coin. and our lives will be, maybe the same, maybe different. I don't know. Probably a little different.
Crazy to say that, but like, subscribe. See you next time.